Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well. As always, I hope you are in high spirits, healthy and safe. My name is MJ. Welcome to my Creative Intuition Tarot. Today I am inviting you to a collective reading for June 2022. Cannot believe we are already looking into June. It was just January. Time flies, right? And I do hope that the first 5 months of the year were a good time for you. And I hope that you are looking forward towards the rest of the year. So in today's collective reading, we will be looking into a little bit of numerology. We will be looking into oracle cards. There are two already on the table. We will do a tarot reading, and depending on the time, we may pull some additional oracle cards. So that is the plan for today's reading. It is a general read. Take the messages, I should say, as they feel relevant, as they resonate for you, and leave out the rest. It may just not be your message at this time. Feel free to come back to this reading. As we move through June, the messages may start to become more relevant with time. Okay? If you happen to enjoy the reading, as always, I am warmly inviting you to subscribe, leave a like, a comment, let me know what you think. I love to interact with you and do those readings for you, and I hope that you enjoy them as much as I do. So with that said, let's jump straight into the reading, and as I said, starting with the numerology, number 6, because June is the 6th month of the year, and this is the number of the heart, right? It represents unconditional love and that ability to nurture and heal. It combines the forces of empathy, of compassion. It highlights partnerships of all kinds, but especially those emotional ones. Further, number 6 is related to the vibrations of balance, harmony, home and family, being of service to others, selflessness, humanitarianism, okay, honesty and integrity. When we look at that from the perspective of angel numbers, 6 brings a message to keep a balance between our material goals and aspirations and our spiritual needs. Okay, so there needs to be balance between the material and the matters of the heart and soul. In tarot, number 6 corresponds with the Lover's card, Major Arcana, which is all about love, relationships, making choices from the place of heart and love. And when it's reversed, it speaks of disharmony, some kind of imbalance and misaligned values. The Lover's card is the card of Gemini. June is also the month when we enter the astronomical summer season, right? And this happens on June 21st, when the sun reaches its highest position in the sky, well, in the northern hemisphere. And hence it's giving us the longest day of the year. So with all that said, June brings a joyful, vibrant, and sunny energy into our lives, making us more playful, more adventurous, flirtatious, open to love, to romance and fun. That positive stimulation from the sun, from being in nature, being outside, spending more time with our loved ones, friends, is energizing our minds, our bodies, our hearts, and igniting our creative, lively souls. And the two cards that I pulled out, I like to spend some time with the cards before I start recording, to like anchor myself, tune myself into that energy. And the card that actually popped out from the Crystal Medicine Oracle is card number 7, related to fire and creativity. So it is very symbolic that I said that June energy, when we enter that summer season, sunny summer season, it's igniting our creative, lively souls. And here we have creativity. As I said, it's number 7. It's not number 6. That would be a beautiful synchronicity. But it immediately made me think that not only June carries that energy, but it will stay with us or move with us throughout July as well. So with this card, it clearly tells me that June is that time to deepen our connection to the creative life force energy of the universe. Okay, we are all creative souls, whether we are engaged in creative endeavors, artistic, but just by nature, we are all creative, and we are being invited to awaken to that passionate fire energy. And especially if you have been feeling stuck, experiencing lack of drive or passion in your life, June is that time to connect back with that creative flair, okay? It's time to spark the creative forces. So you need to ask yourself, what sparks your passion? What makes you feel alive? Find out what makes your heart sing. Only you can answer that question. And then take action to manifest magic into your life. Call in the sacred fire to assist with your creative projects and deepen that connection to the life force energy of the universe. Fire is one of the 5 elements strongly used in the healing and shamanic practices, and it draws forth the energy of passion, renewal, cleansing. It speaks of the kundalini, sensuality, creativity, and also deep transformation. And we all have that fire burning inside within us. And so June is the time to spark that flame and allow fire to light up our lives. Okay, for some of us, a sacred fire ritual will be beneficial. For others, maybe a simple bonfire with friends, with a little dancing, maybe drumming, maybe singing. Or even something as small as lighting up a candle and just tuning into the energy of the cleansing, transforming fire. Now, going back for a moment to numerology, number 7 resonates with the vibrations and energies of the collective consciousness, faith, spirituality, spiritual awakening, enlightenment, mysticism, and inner knowing. And creative endeavors may boost our spiritual growth, and for many, June and July, I feel, will be full of spiritual and mystic experiences and realizations. So that is very powerful. Now, the second card, this is from the Divine Animals Oracle. The card that showed up is number 29, but when you sum this up, it gives us number 11. So we have both 7 and 11, which are very spiritual and mystic numbers. So number 11 is the master number. Okay, that's how it's called, or the teacher number, and it symbolizes the principles of spiritual awakening. So again, similar vibe to 7. Higher energies, illuminations. It is the number of the visionary and creative. So again, see how beautifully those two cards blend together. And 11 relates to those who are here to be the inspirational guiding lights. Okay, positive affirmations and positive attitude will help us manifest our desires and achieve our goals and aspirations. And it also encourages us to use our natural abilities, our talents, creative talents as well, to inspire others and help raise that collective spiritual awareness. So one does not have to be a mystic or a spiritual teacher. We all, with our creativity and that inner fire, can be guiding lights to others, okay? We all have different roles in our life and different talents, different natural gifts that we can use to be of service to others and also to be of inspiration and that guiding light. Okay, let me read the message from the guidebook when it comes to this. This is the red-crowned crane. I'm not sure I said that when it comes to the animal spirit, and it speaks of loyalty. Okay, so let me read the message from the guidebook for you, and then we will do some tarot reading. The red-crowned crane, loyalty. The time has come to re-examine your loyalties. Are you able to be trusted? Keep your word if you give it. Take relationships slowly and make sure to build strong connections. What promises have you made and must keep up? The magic of the crane. Crane magic is about loyalty and steadfastness. In this world of instant gratification and short attention spans, perhaps the idea of loyalty is beginning to be a lost ideal. The graceful crane teaches us that remaining steadfast to those who deserve it is a positive ideal and something to treasure. Thinking carefully about our promises and keeping our word means that we become people to be trusted by others and ourselves. So look how beautifully this blends not only with the creativity, with that message, spiritual message from the numbers, but with the loyalty, how it blends with number 6 and everything I said at the beginning with 6, being the number of the heart, of connections, of partnerships, right? Loyalty is highlighted as something of importance, obviously not only in June, but it is highlighted in June as something that we should keep our eye on, okay, for lack of a better word. Loyalty and being steadfast to those who deserve it. So this is also about reviewing the connections that we have in our life. It's not encouraging us to be loyal towards people who are not loyal in return, right? It's about reviewing the connections that we have in our life and remaining loyal to those who deserve it. And it also highlights how this being this guiding light, right? When we are loyal and also committed to others, to help others grow, when we do that in cooperation with one another, the growth that we experience is much bigger, right? One last thing in regards to this card, it was highlighting the color red, because the red crowned crane. And in the creativity card, it highlights the crystal that is called Bixbyte. I hope I'm saying this correctly. And it's a red crystal. So even color-wise, they blend. And red is obviously the symbol of life, health, vigor, courage, but also love and passion. So again, beautifully coming back to number 6 and everything that I said at the beginning of this reading. So I hope that you found the messages so far inspiring. Let's do some tarot reading and see what is the key energy of June. June 2022. What is it that we should be aware of? What energies will be supporting us? Okay, this one clearly wants to go out, and we have the 7 of Cups. Beautiful. So another number 7. We have this creativity here. And 7 of Cups is the number of, or a card, I should say, of options. But it is also a card of dreams, okay? Of being in that dreamy state, daydreaming, but also visualizing our goals in our dreams. But being definitely in that dreamy state and realizing how many options we have, how many dreams are there that we can manifest into our life, that dreaming is not limited. It's like the card of dreaming big. Sometimes it is a card of illusions, right? Sometimes it highlights uncertainty, not being able to choose. But in this particular deck, it brings such positive vibes, and it really does make me feel that there's an overflow of possibilities for us coming in June, or at least we realizing those possibilities. And especially when we tune into our creativity, when we are in that creative state, we see a lot more possibilities, a lot more dreams for us to fulfill, right? And I just saw when I was looking at the screen, the recording, that we have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. So definitely that spirituality, everything I said about number 7 and 11, the spirituality aspect is highlighted, and that combination of creativity and spirituality, I'm really picking up on this strongly. And for some of us, it may be because of that positive stimulation from the sun, summer vibes. It may be holiday time for a lot of us. But there's also that sense of spending time in nature, and gaining that spiritual insight or inspiration from being in nature and tuning to our inner knowing, tuning to that secret innate knowing that is within us. And when we are creative and when we are open to those spiritual hints, we recognize the abundance of possibilities that is out there for us. It's only dependent on us which dreams we choose to fulfill at this time, to pursue, right? Let's see what else. What else do we have for June 2022? The Two of Swords. So this card tells me, with all that I said here about those limitless possibilities, about that innate inner knowing, and this inner knowing is also a guiding light. And I was speaking of being that guiding inspirational light to others, but also first using our guiding light to guide and inspire ourselves. The Two of Swords to me is the card of blockage, right? It's the card of being blocked in our mind space, in that human ego mind space with those two swords, even though they are not crossed in this particular deck. They symbolize that blockage where we are locked in our mind space, not being able to make a choice, to make a move, to make a decision, actually avoiding, denying something, withdrawing. Like, if I pretend it's not there, it's going to disappear. Don't get caught up in the limitations of the human ego mind, and instead allow yourself in June, in July, and going forward in life, to be driven by that limitless source of inspiration, creative, spiritual inspiration that is within us, in the heart, in the soul, and also in that higher mind, and hence the High Priestess, right? The symbol of the High Priestess is the moon. The moon here is behind the clouds. It's like the intuition is blocked, it's clouded. We're not looking into our innate knowing, and instead we are allowing our human ego mind to block us. Tune into that limitless source of inspiration and creativity. Human ego mind likes to control things, right? It's limited to some extent. It creates fears and anxieties. It tells us that things are impossible. When we do things from the place of our deep creativity, spirituality, our heart and soul, everything is possible. That's where we are able to dream big. And you know what? Creativity and intuition, they both come from exactly the same place. When we allow ourselves to be in the flow of life, when we don't try to control that flow, we just go with it. That's exactly where we tune into creativity and intuition, okay? The Empress at the bottom of the deck, I was just going to say that I'll leave it there tarot-wise, but I'm not going to leave the Empress, especially that it's 2 to the 3, right? The High Priestess to the Empress. And the Empress is all about abundance. Abundance and also creation. She gives birth to her creations, whether it's actual giving birth or it's creative projects, endeavors, whatever that is. She creates abundance, and she always makes me think of summer and that abundant harvest, right? She's standing in this field here that is ready to be harvested. There's warmth, there's sunny, vibrant vibe in this card, right? See how beautifully, again, it blends. And especially when I was speaking about the limited mind, and here she brings limitless abundance, similarly to the Seven of Cups. When we go within and source from within that intuitive, creative inspiration, we can dream big and everything is possible. And I really, really like this. And now I am going to leave it here, tarot-wise. And I will close the reading off with some oracle cards. You know, the Empress, she creates, she gives birth, but she also loves her creations. She cares for them, she nurtures them until they are mature enough to be put in life, just like a child. Similarly, her creations, she's not keeping them for herself, she's sharing with others, and hence becoming an inspiration or just even a source of pleasure for others. And that's where I feel the vibe of number 6, that number of the heart, of love, of nurturing, healing, and those partnerships as well. Think like a proton, always positive. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. If you happen to enjoy the reading, again, I am warmly inviting you to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Stay tuned for more June readings, zodiac readings. I will be doing collective shadows reading where I will be looking into the gloomy vibes of June. I will be doing the 666 portal reading as well, so stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you are notified of all the readings that I post. What else do we have? Let's go with this one. The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. Absolutely. We are all made of the same stardust, right? Let's take one more. Acknowledge your abundance. Don't desire more without realizing what you have. Gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. And I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading as always. Please take care of yourself. Have a great June, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye.